Good morning, y'all. It's Sunday morning. It's October 1st and it's 72 degrees out here. Feels fabulous. I'm Rachel. I'm gardening for butterflies and for myself on the Alabama Gulf Coast in Zone 9A. And it is going to get a little hot today, though. It's going to get up to 86, even though it's October 1st. But I'm so thankful for fall, y'all, because this summer has been brutal. I have been missing y'all. I haven't really gotten anything much done in the garden because I've been sick. I got some kind of sinus thing, and I got better, and then I got worse again, and so I haven't been well, and I'm still kind of stopped up. You might be able to tell from my voice, but I'm going to show y'all around the garden, and I think what I'm going to be doing is just doing a video at the first of the month through the fall and winter. And then when spring comes, we'll just ratchet it back up again because it'll be just so much more to show, actually. So let me show you what's been happening. I'm just so thankful that God's taking care of this garden because I have really not done much of anything in it except turned on some sprinklers. But I'm really thankful that things can grow without any help from me at all. I've got some really cool little surprises, actually. This coleus right here popped up in this pot. It must have just, the seeds must have fallen in it from another one. So because the other pot is like that one right there. That's what it had in it. It just had that lemon sedum. And so lemon sedum is growing in that pot, but you can't tell because I've got that coleus. So I love little surprises like that. That is fun. Another thing that's been surprising to me is this calibrachoa right here and right here has survived, because I have never, and I try every year. I tell myself I won't, but I try every year to grow calibrachoa, and it just kind of poops out and is not good. I've got some roses popping out because it's gotten a little bit cooler, and these grasses have grown massive. I had never grown whatever this middle one is, and I don't remember what it is, but it was so small, and it seemed, you know, like it was gonna behave when I bought it, and I've had to pot it up into a bigger pot because it got so big. But look at these fun, happy surprises right here. Coral nip salvia just coming up in the path. And then I've got this little zinnia coming up too. So little seedlings popping up everywhere. Those are making me so happy, and hopefully the armadillos won't dig them up. But now we'll come into here. I have not really arranged anything. I did cut back this Wicked Witch coleus, and it has come back. So I'm very thankful for that. And then these Gumfrina that I pulled up, and they started from seed, and I put them in this pot. They're doing well, and it's got a little bit of frog fruit in there that I hope will kind of spill over the side. And in the pathway, I've got frog fruit coming up. Also, this Jewels of Opar. I've got a bunch of those. Those are really fun. So when I cut things back, it looked kind of naked, and I've had plans to repot some things, but I just haven't gotten out here and done it. So I kind of brought everything together so that it would be full right here in the middle, and I was going to rearrange things, but once I got sick, just didn't have any energy at all. And I tried to come out here the other day, and I picked up a pot and was moving it, and I just was so weak that I dropped it. So I just came back inside and went back to bed. So this is just the way it's going to be for a while. This little rose that I got has grown wider and wider. I think it could maybe go up a trellis. I have been enjoying it so much. It's just prolifically been blooming, and it smells good too. So I want to get some more of those. I got that from Kim's nursery. Here's the view from the kitchen window. I've got some cute little things just popping up in this gravel. There we go, some Vinca and some coral nymph salvia. And then here is that wild petunia. I really like this wild petunia and jewels of opar. Like they seem to go together. Oh, and then look, a little let's see if I can, there we go, hyssop. Something that I love so much about salvia is that you can cut it down to the ground and it just comes back. So see, this is black and blue salvia. I cut it all the way down to the ground because it was scraggly and horrible and it had been overgrown. And then look, it has come back and it's blooming. And then this is what that gomphrena looks like when it gets kind of tired and sad. But you know what? I'm excited because this grows so easily from seed that I'm sure I'm gonna have a bunch of it right here. And then here's some more salvia. So from this side, that gomphrena right there in the path just grew up from seed. That's, I don't know how many plants that is. And I was gonna thin it and I never did. But I just love those together. Is that not fun? The wishbone flower and the pentas and the coleus. Oh, makes me so happy. And now the sun's shining on it. And these purple spikes right here, that is that Salvia leucantha. You might remember that cleome that got huge and gorgeous and amazing, and I cut it back, and look, it's made a little bit of a comeback here. Not as good as the first time, but I do love it. And if I come across more of it, I'm gonna buy more because I wanna have a bunch of that dotting the garden next year. And in this area, this is where I had salvia just growing up so huge and thick, and something that I planted in the ground and I just left it. I think this is ironweed. I think, and look, it looks like it's gonna have little purple flowers. I could be mistaken, but look, it's in the ground and it hasn't been dug up by the armadillos. Also, phlox right here. And look how much of it is. It's a big area of it, and here are the phlox flowers. Aren't they lovely? Now this is a native plant, and so was that other one. Last year I saved seeds from this cut leaf coneflower. That's what this massive yellow flowered thing is that looks, I think it's about 6 feet tall. This is the original one though. I cut it down to the ground and it came back, and y'all, it smells like honey. Oh, it smells amazing. But here's the thing, don't put your face down into it because you will sneeze for the rest of the day. I made the mistake of just like sticking my nose in these flowers. But y'all, the bees adore this thing so much. And I threw some seeds out around, and I found little seedlings and I dug them up, but they have not grown as gorgeously and amazingly as this one has. I found a little butterfly pea seedling growing out from between these pots, and I put this little trellis here to catch it. But they don't like to behave, and it just goes wherever it feels like it. So don't you love that gorgeous, gorgeous blue? That purple millet grew, a few of them. I threw out seeds right here, and so these are just kind of spindly and sad. They're not growing as happily as they were doing in the pots, but I'm still enjoying them over here. This is just kind of a wild corner because anything that grows in the ground, you know, I'll let it, because it's a miracle that it's even getting to do that. So I do have a bunch of things that are growing in the ground and that have been allowed to live, and so that's why it's gotten a little wild and full and thick, and I'm very thankful. Otherwise I wouldn't have much of anything. And I was kind of in the middle of arranging this so that I would have a garden outside of the guest bedroom window to look at. But that's when I realized I wasn't strong enough to move these pots for right now. So this is still kind of a mess. Everything's stacked up, but I gotta show you. So see outside this window and see this trellis. Well, later in this video, I'm gonna show you some cool video that I took. I was in the guest bedroom and I heard a sound, and I looked out and there was like a snake wrapped up in the trellis, and I got video of it, so I gotta show it to you. But all this passion flower vine, I'm really glad that it's gotten thick and lush again, because you know the Gulf fritillaries love it. This is their larval host plant, and I've been seeing a bunch of them. The sun is moving farther and farther out, and pretty soon it's going to be rising up over the Gulf waters, which I love that. It may already be doing it, but I haven't been down to the beach to see the sunrise in a while. But during the summer it moves and the sun comes up like in this direction over here over the house, and then as it gets later and later in the year it moves farther this direction until, and see the Gulf is that way. So the Gulf's over there, and then it starts coming up over the water. And sometime in October, the sun starts to set over the water also. And at one point, it lines up where it comes straight down on the line between the water and the sand, and it is lovely. And I'm gonna have to start going and checking that out to see when it happens, and I will share it with you if I get some good video of it. The bog garden is exceeding its boundaries. So is this not just the cutest little plant that's got these yellow flowers on it? And I don't remember what it is, but it's got this red stem kind of, and then all these little yellow flowers, and it's just outgrown the bog garden. I love all the pops of yellow though, so happy. We still have, I've got to move that so that the poor Venus flytrap has a chance. It's starting to get kind of overgrown in here. But this plant right here has got caterpillars all over it. I should have checked to see what it is. I know it's a larval host plant for something, and it looks really gross right now. But you know what? Something might have come along and eaten them all. I should have taken a video of it when I had a chance. But I hope some of them have made it. But you can see it has been decimated. Here's one of those cut leaf cone flowers that I just had a little seedling of, and I tucked it over here, and it has made it. But you can see it's not as big as the one from last year. But of course, it doesn't have as big of a root system, so hopefully when I cut this back every year, it'll come back bigger and better. Here's the back side of that Salvia leucantha, and you can see that it's kind of grown tall and scraggly, but I wanted to show you something cool about it, that once I cut it back, and I'm gonna take cuttings of it in November. Now last year I think I did it in October, but the November cuttings were better. But let me show you, see how it's got new growth down there. That's the stuff that I'm gonna cut and make new cuttings of. So you can see how these got spindly and icky, but I left them because these flowers, the hummingbirds and the bees love these flowers, and I didn't want to waste them. So I've let them grow and stay, and see, you can see there's a bumblebee right there. Enjoying it. Let's see if I can get in closer. And look at the difference of this Salvia leucantha. Now this is one that I was just like, ugh, it's too horrible. And I cut it all the way down to the ground, and look at the gorgeous shape of it. And it's not spindly, and hopefully it will bloom soon. But you can see how lovely and perfectly uniform it is because I cut it back and did not spare it at all. I've got to show you this obedient plant. Now, I've had some that stood up. These got floppy, and then they're just tall and flopped over, and so anywhere you see that, it's from this one pot right here. But I do love obedient plant. I love the flowers, and it took a long time for it to bloom. I mean, it just grew and grew and grew, and then oops, finally bloomed. But it is a native plant, and I don't think I've grown it from seed. I don't think I've been able to, but it will grow from seed by itself. that's how I've gotten more of it. Just, it's a volunteer type deal. Oh y'all, the gravel garden desperately needs to be trimmed. The Salvia leucantha is just really, really over. But the flowers are still good. You know, bees and butterflies are still able to drink from them. And even though it looks a mess, you know, it's still performing. So I'm gonna leave it for a little bit longer. We have not had any rain, I guess, for another maybe week and a half now, and so I've been watering, and so I just watered this, and everything's kind of drippy and just dank. But oh y'all, the Gulf fritillaries showed up. The first one that I saw was in September 12th. I marked it on my calendar. I'm gonna start doing that every year. And I have had tons of them. I have some video of them out here, but is this not just a fun jungle? Now, you can see, and I know some of y'all are just horrified, I have a ton of, and they might even call it bindweed, but morning glories right in here that have just taken over, and you can hardly tell where it's a morning glory flower or a passion flower vine flower. But here's one right here, and I've got so many vines that are growing across the sidewalk. I can't let people come in the front door anymore because there are a lot of caterpillars, a lot of Gulf fritillary caterpillars, and some of them are on the vines just on the sidewalk right here. But this has turned into such a fun jungle. I've enjoyed it immensely because it's so close to the porch, and so when I'm sitting on the porch I can see just tons of butterflies and bees flitting and enjoying everything. So it's been such a blessing. Oh, and that tithonia right there, that orange, oh my goodness, they love it so much. Gulf fritillaries, just so magical in the sunshine. I think those are about to like possibly mate. The berries on my beauty berry bush finally ripened. Aren't they not just gorgeous? I just love the colors, just so incredibly intense. Look at this cute little tree frog's bottom. Giant swallowtail with a little bit of damage to it. I can hardly stand it. I can hardly stand it. There's so many butterflies and honeybees and bumblebees. It's just a magical, magical time. Oh yes, this is the tiniest Gulf fritillary caterpillar. Look at that. I think it just came out of that skin right there that it's left behind. So that is amazing. That's its first instar. And the caterpillar, the Gulf fritillary caterpillar, will shed its skin, I think it's up to 5 times before it gets large enough to turn into a chrysalis. There's so much buzzing around activity in the garden. Butterflies, but also the dragonflies all seem to be mating and just running around like crazy. They're stuck together and they're crashing into the walls and into the house and into everything that's blocking their path. It's pretty funny. I was hoping that I could capture one right here for y'all to see. but it looks like they've all run away. There is a snake on the trellis, and it's hunting something, and I don't know what. But I was just sitting here in the guest bedroom, and I heard a noise, and then I saw it. Is it not so cool and crazy? Oh my gosh. I mean, who would have ever thought that a snake would be on the trellis, like right outside the window? Now, this snake, it's not venomous. It's, gosh, I don't know what it's hunting though. Oh, it could be hunting a frog. I see a frog. Let me show you. Oh, no, I guess you can't see it. Oh, there. There's a frog. And the snake could be hunting that frog. It's possible. Oh, I think he just saw me and he's scared now. He's turned tail. I'm afraid to go outside because I'm afraid he'll be gone by the time I get out there. There he is. Oh, what did he see? Oh, okay. Oh, he is hunting something. He is after something in the trellis. Oh my gosh, y'all. He just got on the roof. Thank y'all so much for joining me in my garden. Y'all are so precious. I really appreciate y'all. I hope that y'all have been having a wonderful fall and enjoying some cooler weather, and hopefully y'all have been getting rain. And I have high hopes that things will be better. And I will see y'all in November 5th. But God bless y'all. Have a wonderful month of October. It's a wonderful time of year. I'll talk to you later. Bye.